So one of the big things that Protea has introduced this year is the Protea Academy. And obviously we had the launch it was May this year. And I know that this was something in the pipeline for a long time coming. So, where did the idea come from?
Yeah, so if you back it up a little bit, I've always had a passion for teaching and teaching others. Back in the university days, I tutored, so I looked after groups of accounting classes and showed them the way. I gave private lessons to high school as well as college kids for math and accounting. So I've done that through my time. I contemplated doing a teacher's degree at a point, and my backup plan to my accounting qualification during my honors year, my postgraduate, once the classes ended, I actually took up a teaching post at a private school in Port Elizabeth, where I had a permanent offer in hand. So if I didn't get through my honors degree, I wouldn't have attempted it again. I would have actually just taken up a teaching role permanently. So the whole teaching space has been part of who I am. And then even when I was at KPMG, I was in my third year, I had the opportunity to become a certified trainer for KPMG as well. So during my time at KPMG, I taught both technical as well as soft skill courses, which was always great. I really enjoyed that time. I actually applied for a position as a trainer at KPMG in a permanent role as well, before taking up another opportunity in sort of the advisory space. So it's been part of who I am for a really, really long time. And as we're sort of moving forward with Protea and just thinking of, hey, what more can we do to make accounting more accessible to more people? The idea of putting together simple pieces of information, be it written or video, that will allow people to, jump in, listen to, digest, and hopefully understand their financials a little bit better, really resonated with me. So for a very long time, I've been wanting to sort of start something. Never really thought of it as a YouTube channel. I wasn't really sure what the format would be, but it made sense. There's this platform where we can put content on and we're able to share it with the world. So why not go with the YouTube channel? So the idea of, Protea Academy, and I came up with that name, I can't even remember how, but I've had that name for a good 4 years now. It's been around, and eventually I found a person who seemed comfortable in front of a camera, and was just like, well, now let's get it done.
Whether willing or unwilling, we said, let's get it done.
He accepted a position as a training manager, and I just snuck in there that content will be your responsibility, and here we are.
Zane, you mentioned, okay, either written or video. What made you opt for the YouTube space? What sort of, okay, let's start putting out videos?
Yeah, so I mean, the whole world ending in 2020 with COVID and stuff really ignited something within Protea that we just understood we needed to put out a lot more information. Things were changing really rapidly in the legislative world, and having to do so much research, we were just putting a lot more content out there, be it on our Facebook page or LinkedIn page. And that was great, and it was helpful to a lot of people, and was able to get articles into the right people's hands. And then I used the opportunity to write some of my own content, and especially on some of like, how do these things work, which drove us to go into a point where we're going to do weekly blogs rather than monthly blogs, because we understood there was a lot more information out there that could be helpful to a lot more people. At some point, understanding how people's minds work and looking at analytics around blog posts, I quickly realized that not everybody has the ability to read through things, and at times it can become a little bit difficult to comprehend. So people just switch off, and what they call is bounce rates as well as time on page. So you get an estimate, it will take 5 minutes to read, but you have an article that's being read on average 3 minutes. That means not everybody's staying to the end. So my thought process is that we needed to move away from written and put it into something that somebody can listen to. And that be that in some sort of format, it made sense to add video to it as well, because it allowed people to get a little bit more engaged in the situation. And I use YouTube a lot myself, where I'll just put a video in the background with be it an interview, with sports people or leaders, and just get understanding their thoughts. And I'm able to just put it on the background. It'll play for an hour, and I can just take in all the content. And I thought, well, if that works for me, it's got to work for a lot of people. And so, yeah, decided YouTube seemed to be a good place to start. It was a good forum. It's a very accessible forum. It's a forum that's fairly easy to understand, and it's something that everybody knows. So that's sort of the thought process on how everything went.
Zane, and just talking about, okay, I mean, we understand why the medium, but who would you say, we say make accounting accessible and understanding or understandable for everyone. Who would you say, like specifically, who would the target audience be for the content and for the channel?
Yeah, so I think there's two lines into it. There's people who want to get into accounting. They feel like they have a passion for numbers and they don't know where to start. There's a lot of very simple information that they can comprehend and understand that will help them along with what they're trying to learn. So that content will make a bookkeeper a better bookkeeper. But the true focus of it is the small business owner, the small, mom and pop shop or the small winery, where they have a passion for the product they're putting out there, but they don't really understand the numbers behind it. They've got some basic understanding, but the thought of balance sheet, profit and loss schedule, cash flow statements is too much. It's too daunting. They don't even want to start. They don't want to even try to learn. So we're trying to put it into small, bite-sized pieces that don't seem as scary. And hopefully if they can listen to some of them, they'll feel more comfortable asking questions to their bookkeeper or their accountant that allow them to better understand their business and hopefully make better business decisions.
Yeah, I think, I like the sort of two-pronged answer, if you will, because that the content is really, anyone, it's something that we're really just trying to push the content out there. We're saying here it's available in whether it be, the most basic concepts through to things, sort of upping the complexity of it. And I've found, just sort of people touching base with me saying, they own a small business, and it's really interesting. It's interesting to see because there's almost a fear surrounding the information and the concepts and things like that. So that's one of the really nice things that I've seen, like people that I wouldn't expect to sort of engage with the content, and just wanting to better understand their own business, which is really what we're trying to do.
Yeah, accounting is a really simple concept that's been made really complicated by a small group of academics. And the whole goal right here is just to simplify, make it more accessible, and allow people just to have more success.
Yeah.